Keelan Burton was caught in his Mercedes with just under a quarter kilo of cannabis, Nottingham Crown Court heard on Wednesday. The 28-year-old former MasterChef, The Professional's star, who appeared on the BBC cooking competition in 2018, was spared jail when he was sentenced for possessing cannabis with intent to supply. The top cook is now a shareholder and executive chef at 2 Nottingham restaurants, and he pleaded guilty to the charge after police saw him accelerating away from their unmarked car at 10:20 p.m. on May 9, 2020. Catherine Picardo, prosecuting, said a man was in the back and a woman in the front passenger seat of the vehicle with Burton driving, and a strong smell of cannabis emanated from the car, Nottinghamshire Live has reported. Ms. Picardo said, the 2 passengers, according to police, were acting suspiciously as though they were trying to hide something. The defendant, at the time, was suggesting any drugs were nothing to do with him but, in fact, were to do with the male passenger in the rear. The MasterChef contestant tested positive for drugs, and was later fined and disqualified from driving. In the boot of the car, a plastic bag containing cannabis, valued at £2,486, was found. Burton's left palm print was found on the bag. He was arrested and charged, going on to plead guilty and receiving an 8-month prison sentence, suspended for 18 months, and a £500 costs order. Ms. Picardo said that when Burton's phone was analyzed, there were messages from people would like to supply him and buy from him. A strain of cannabis called lemon was requested along with purple buds. There was also a discussion about an ongoing supply and more details were requested. Ms. Picardo told the court, the user of the phone, the defendant, offers 1 ounce for £165. Also, an orange strain of cannabis offered, which would cost a bit more, £170. But, in short, those were messages which were all strong evidence to support the case of supplying this Class E drug. The defendant said he bought a small amount of drugs from one person and no further action was taken over the passengers in the car. In a second police interview, Burton answered no comment to most of the questions but went on to plead guilty at the first opportunity at Nottingham Magistrates' Court. He has a previous conviction for drug driving, a charge relating to the same incident, and a previous caution for possessing a Class A drug, not specified in court. Judge Mark Watson ordered the forfeiture and destruction of the bag of cannabis and phone. Ben Robinson, mitigating, said it was obvious from Burton's record he is not someone who has made a habit of crossing the line. He was doing well, in a relationship with 2 children together, he added. He was working as a chef and this took him all over the country, and he tells me he was an award-winning chef. Mr. Robinson cited the breakdown of Burton's relationship at the end of 2019 and said that this was the catalyst for Burton to get into difficulties, and his life spiraled out of control. Struggling to gain access to his children, Burton fell in with a group who were not necessarily helpful to him and was using cannabis to take the edge of those events, said Mr. Robinson. When the coronavirus lockdown came, Burton found himself without paid work, and Mr. Robinson told court, he lost his job because there was no requirement for anyone to go out and eat. Burton became addicted to cannabis and he began selling the drug to buy more and was keeping the wolf from the door. Mr. Robinson said that Burton now manages a team of 50 staff members over 2 restaurants. Mr. Robinson added, he had suffered anxiety of these proceedings hanging over his head for this period of time. Judge Watson told Burton he was a street dealer, albeit in larger amounts than single deals. The judge suspended the prison sentence, given the age of the offense now. The case has had a 2-year delay, which was not Burton's fault. In the 2 years that have passed, you have moved on from associates who dragged you into this criminal enterprise, and made a success of yourself, said the judge. Do you have a story to sell? Get in touch with us at webcelebs@mirror.co.uk or call us direct 0207 29 33 033.